Hi, I'm Harsha Sanku, a Partner Solutions Architect with AWS. In this session, we are going to look at hybrid connectivity for VMware Cloud on AWS, multi-region deployments. We're also going to take a look at how to extend your on-premises connectivity to the AWS Cloud. For those of you who are not familiar with VMware Cloud on AWS, it's a jointly engineered service that's been developed by AWS and VMware that gives customers the ability to run VMware software-defined data centers on AWS global infrastructure, including all of your availability zones and regions. A software-defined data center comprises of vSphere, vSAN, and NSXT, which is capable of providing compute, storage, and network virtualization. This gives customers the ability to run vSphere workloads on the AWS cloud. Let's jump into it. Customers can start by deploying SDDCs, one or more SDDCs as part of an SDDC group. Once the SDDC group is deployed, it automatically provisions a VMware Transit Connect that performs the job of a transitive router in the cloud, enabling high-speed connectivity between multiple SDDCs. Now, beyond the SDDCs, to enable communication to the other AWS workloads, you can use a peering attachment and connect the VMware Transit Connect to an AWS Transit Gateway. Now, Amazon VPCs in the same region can connect to the AWS Transit Gateway. As you can see here, the VPCs are now able to talk to each other using the AWS Transit Gateway, whereas the SDDCs are able to talk to each other using the VMware Transit Connect. Now, for these VPCs and the SDDCs to be able to talk to each other, we can leverage the attachment that goes between the VMware Transit Connect and the AWS Transit Gateway. Now, all of this networking happens within the AWS cloud. Now, how do we extend this connectivity back to the on-prem location so that these workloads are able to talk to workloads that resides inside the customer data center? As you can see, you have an on-premises environment that is going to leverage the AWS Direct Connect service to establish connectivity back to the AWS cloud. AWS Direct Connect is a service that is used to establish high-speed private connectivity to the AWS cloud using AWS partners. There are multiple options in terms of virtual interfaces that you will have to create to establish the connectivity. For the purpose of this architecture, we are going to leverage a transit WIF that is going to be terminated on the Direct Connect gateway. Once you have a Direct Connect gateway, which is basically a global resource that enables communication to multiple AWS regions, this Direct Connect gateway can be associated with an AWS Transit Gateway. Once this communication is established, you have connectivity that is end-to-end all the way from your on-premises to the AWS cloud. Now, how do you extend this connectivity to a multi-region deployment? Just like you have resources in region A, you have a region B in which you could create one or more SDDCs, which in turn will be connected to a VMware Transit Connect in region B. So all the SDDCs in region A can talk to the VMware Transit Connect in region A, and the SDDCs in region B would be able to talk to the Transit Connect in region B. Now you can have a peering attachment that goes back and forth between both the Transit Connects in region A and region B. This kind of deployment is used for customers who want to have multi-region deployments for like either production, test, dev environments, or also for customers who are looking at disaster recovery options, wherein they could leverage one of the VMware tools like the Site Recovery Manager service or the VMware Cloud Disaster Recovery service and designate one of the regions as the protected region and the other region as the recovery region, and vice versa. Now, for you to be able to mimic the architecture in region 1, in region 2, you can then use the same peering attachment on region B to establish communication to an AWS Transit Gateway. Now, just like region A, you have VPCs in region B that can talk to the AWS Transit Gateway in region B. Similar to how you establish a connectivity between VMware Transit Connects, you can establish a connectivity between both the transit gateways. Now, once this is done, to complete the connectivity, you can associate the same Direct Connect gateway with the AWS Transit Gateway in region B. This gives you complete end-to-end connectivity for both AWS regions back to the on-premises. Now, as a prerequisite for you to be able to complete this connectivity from an SDDC perspective, all the SDDCs will have to be part of the same VMware Cloud and AWS customer organization. Similarly, all the VPCs can be part of the same AWS customer organization. Now, there are customers who are looking to build highly resilient connectivity between their on-premises and the AWS cloud. Now, these customers can leverage a second AWS Direct Connect from a different partner and a different location to establish connectivity. And now you can use a second AWS transit WIF to complete the connectivity to the Direct Connect gateway. This is going to increase the network resiliency for your on-premises networks. I would recommend watching some of the other videos that are part of this series to understand the network connectivity options, including IPsec, site-to-site VPNs. Thanks for your time. I'll see you on to the next one.